Although Sigma guys don't intentionally want to mislead others, they do adhere to certain guidelines and values that may. Since these men don't fit the stereotypical roles of alpha or beta males, they may appear strange or nonsensical to others. They also have their own methods of doing matters, and people are quick to criticize and categorize things they don't understand. Here are 7 strange rules. Numerous people mistakenly believe that Sigma males are naive or clueless, but in reality, they have a great memory and never forget who wronged them. Many people say that forgiveness entails expressing, but these men don't see it that way. Forgiveness is like letting go of a heavy burden, but that doesn't mean they have to forget what happened. When someone hurts you, it can be difficult, and even if you forgive them, you should remember the hurt. This isn't about holding on to bad emotions or remaining angry. Rather, it's more like remaining a small note about who caused you pain in the first place. Sigma males don't seem surprised, so think of it like handling a cat you just met. It might seem gentle and kind, but if it scratches you, you'll remember that you may forget it and pet it again, but you'll be cautious and watchful. That's exactly what this rule is about. Forgiving is good for your heart. It helps you move on and feel better yourself. But in order to protect your heart, you'll want to make sure that the people around you won't hurt you again. Those who follow this rule understand that by remembering, they are actually learning that it's like having a magical shield around you, making sure you don't get hurt the same way 2 times. This rule may seem strange to some, but being cautious and wise about who you trust is never a bad thing. Being careful doesn't mean you think everyone is bad. It just means you're looking out for yourself, even though sometimes people don't understand why you're being cautious. Second, don't show your emotions too much, even when you're happy or sad. People frequently ask why these men decide on to keep their emotions to themselves, making them nearly invisible to others. It's not that they don't have feelings, they just approach emotional expression in a different way, which may confuse those who are accustomed to outward displays of happiness or sadness. Sigma men are also very introspective, spending more time analyzing their emotions than expressing them. They act in this way because they understand that emotions can occasionally cloud judgment or cause needless complications, although some may interpret this as a lack of transparency or even coldness. In reality, it's a deliberate attempt to keep control of their inner world. By controlling their emotions, they can cope with life's ups and downs more readily. So why do people suppress their genuine emotions? The reason is that they want to maintain their independence and privacy. When you express yourself too freely, people can try to affect your mood and possibly misunderstand your intentions. However, the secret behind their calmness is simply a defense mechanism that guarantees a certain amount of emotional independence. Many people have questioned this habit, asking why not show more joy or sorrow when it feels overwhelming. However, for Sigma men, holding back isn't about hiding. Rather, it's about deciding when and where to share, if they choose to at all. In a society that is fixated on outward expression, this choice can leave others confused and even frustrated. But despite what some may believe, having such control over one's emotions is a strength. While this isn't always a terrible thing, most individuals allow their emotions to run wild without much control, which can occasionally result in rash and unfortunate judgments. Thirdly, be wary of those who put too much effort into trying to win others over. These individuals may appear amiable at first, but they may be cunning. When someone is overly eager to become your friend without getting to know you, you might wonder if they have a secret agenda, or if they are merely trying to blend in without being themselves, whereas alpha males and B males frequently try to win others over. Sigma males are not concerned with this. They are often careful and selective. When a person becomes their friend too quickly, when a person is always trying to please everyone around them, it can look like they are being nice, but it can also mean they are not being true. This can be perplexing because it's hard to tell what they truly believe or want. While Sigma males are not rude or ignorant, they are also not afraid to step back if a concept smells fishy. So many have fallen for fake friends and fair weather people. So they watch out for these types of individuals. They usually walk away from those who try too hard to be enjoyed. Even if this confuses a lot of people, they often get labeled as cold or distant. But that's just because they do not like explaining their gut emotions to others, which has always proven to be right in the end. When someone continually shows they mean what they say by their actions, you can trust them. But if someone often does the opposite of what they promise, it might be a sign to be careful surrounding them. Trust gets stronger when words and actions go hand in. And being wise about this fails to mean you don't believe people. It just implies you take the time to see if what they say corresponds to up with what they do. This can help you choose friends who truly care and regard you. Over time, you'll notice actions are a better guide to knowing who someone really is keeping an eye on. This can make friendships stronger and life a bit simpler. Fourth place. Never apologize for being different or not fitting in. Being different can feel strange or lonely, especially when everyone else seems to be going in the same direction. However, for Signal males, being different isn't just something they do, it's who they are. They proudly refuse to apologize for their differences because trying to fit in with everyone else would mean losing what makes them special. Imagine living in a world with no distinctions. It would be really dull. Make fresh concepts and color exciting for these people. Despite the fact that Sigma males don't mean to offend anyone, they won't compromise their authenticity for the sake of acceptance, which can be difficult for some people to understand, especially when they're used to people-pleasing behavior. This may cause confusion for some because these men have no interest in acting like someone they're not and don't sugarcoat their words or actions to please others. The fifth number, see how individuals. People can say many kind things, but their actions reveal the true nature of their words. Pay attention to how they behave as well. It can be tricky when someone claims to be your friend, but then does something to hurt you. For example, when someone says they don't care about something, but you see that they're working really hard on it, you know it means a lot to them. This rule states that people should pay attention to what people actually do rather than just what they say. Sigma males don't take people at face value, so they might think they're being cynical or dishonest. But there's no harm in being cautious. If someone thinks you're a little skeptical, who cares? It's better to be safe than sorry. Picture yourself playing on a team, and the coach constantly says that everyone is important, but the same few people are chosen every time. What's more true, the words or the actions? It's not about questioning everything people say. It's about being astute and observing what happens. The sixth is to assist people without disclosing it to anyone. While many may feel tempted to share stories of generosity to gain admiration or status, there is a profound satisfaction that comes from helping simply for the sake of helping. There is wisdom in doing good while remaining under the radar, a concept that may seem strange to those used to celebrating every move on social media. Some people can't do anything without making everyone aware of it, but for Sigma males, being helpful without making noise is more about the act itself than the recognition that might follow. This habit is about keeping oneself humble and respecting the dignity of others. When you help someone in need without making it public, you allow the focus to remain on the relief and support given rather than on the comparison or credit obtained. Strategies like random acts of kindness or silent offers of assistance align with this perspective, leaving those receiving the help free from any additional pressures. It's not about hiding one's actions, but rather about making sure that the essence of giving remains pure and untainted. For Sigma males, the satisfaction of helping others surpasses any recognition or praise. Helping others is a virtue in itself, and the impact of a kind deed shouldn't depend on how loudly it reverberates. Number 7. Don't change your mind just because someone disagrees. When faced with disagreement, there is often an innate desire to reevaluate one's position. For some, however, dissenting opinions feel like a gentle prod to self-reflect or recalibrate. But for those with a Sigma personality, remaining steadfast in the face of disagreement isn't about being stubborn. Rather, it's about sticking to one's convictions. Their certainty comes from carefully considered beliefs crafted through experience and introspection. Think of it as creating a painting, where each stroke is made intentionally, knowing that alterations could upset the harmony of what has been created. This frequently confounds people who consider changing one's mind as a sign of open-mindedness. But Sigma men are willing to listen and learn from others, but won't change their minds without compelling evidence. Because of their inability to compromise, Sigma males frequently surround themselves with like-minded people and steer clear of pointless arguments. This can occasionally cause difficulty in relationships, particularly with those who find it difficult to accept different viewpoints. It's more about deciding where to focus your mental and emotional energies than it is about being narrow-minded. You can't satisfy everyone, and that's good. Not everyone will share your viewpoints or understand you, and that's great too.